All right, Pisces, Wheel of the Year update for the summer solstice 2019. I'm just going to be going over the back half of your year here, seeing who's shifted some timelines, what new energies might be coming at you, and maybe if we can't find some more advice for you guys on how to navigate these transitions that are going on. We have got a lunar eclipse on July 16th and a solar eclipse on September 18th. And in between we have Uranus and Saturn going back direct. Now these guys went retrograde at the beginning of the year, which really shook up our whole routine and the structure and the way that we do things. And it also made us a little bit intolerant of those things that no longer serve us. And yeah, so we've been trying to get rid of those cycles and those things that no longer serve us, and it's made us kind of a little bit intolerant, and in order to get rid of them you had to focus on them for a while. So by the time these guys start going back direct, you should be easier not to focus on these things that bother you, so that they don't trigger you as much anymore. And Saturn going direct should be bringing some new structure and some new cycles on how we deal with these cycles of pains in our lives that we've been trying to work on and break. So let's get into it. For the summer solstice for Lilitha, I see anxiety over money, maybe some loss of security or something not panning out. I see you working on building security. Okay, so this is your anxiety over money, is that you're working to build security and build stability within your life. And that's what you're coming into the summer solstice with. By the end of July, beginning of August, I see you using your intelligence paying off. Really putting your mind to it and really manifesting some of that harvest, that first harvest energy to bring in some of this prosperity that you've been looking for. Though it doesn't move as fast as you want it to. So all your planning and all that intelligence and all that Pisces energy you guys put into it to get it off the ground and get it moving, and it's starting to pay off, but it's still not quite moving as fast as you want it to, but it is moving. By Maboon, by the autumn equinox, I see a desire to learn or seeking some new knowledge, something that might be able to help you. You've got Pentacles just going for you right now. But I see some new kind of information or something new you want to try to do, you know, something new to start here in August. And I see it being a move that you're trying to do to bring in that stability for your income that you're working on and that security that you're searching for. So I see that's what you're going to be moving into with the autumn equinox, is really taking this energy and why it's not moving fast enough, and maybe there's something new that you're going to be learning that's going to help you get this to be more stable, which is what I think you're going for, is some sort of stable, just solidly coming in instead of a sporadic type thing, something more that you can count on. By Samhain, I see the downside to working so hard on your money. I see like it might be affecting you a little bit spiritually, like you're putting so much effort into one area of your life that you might be neglecting another, and losing enthusiasm for what you're doing because it's causing you to suffer on like a more spiritual or a more emotional level. It's too much work. It's not really what you were going for a stable income, but you weren't planning on working all the time to the point where it's detrimental to you. So make sure that when you get into whatever this new skill is and the stability that you're trying to bring in, that you're balancing that energy by the time you come into October by Samhain. For Yule, I see indecision. Something you're indecisive about. You're not getting responses the way that you thought you would get responses. Things aren't, a project or something's not getting off the ground that you want to. And I see what's causing this not to get off the ground is a lack of teamwork. Somebody that, or a team that you've been working with that aren't Okay, so here's what I see you doing is, because it's so much work, you try to branch out to try and find some way to make it more of a team thing, so that way everybody putting in a little bit of effort. But I see the team around you not really being countable. They're not, you can't count on them, and it kind of leads to some indecision and poor teamwork and things not quite getting off the ground the way you want to. So what I would say with all of that is, whatever it is that you're trying to do, make sure that you're really in control of what it is that you're doing, and be sure, if you're going to try to form a team to help you do these things, that you choose people that are reliable, that you can really count on. Okay? And to help you balance these energies this year, for the back half of this year, you got the grounding tree. Be sure you take time to stop and ground yourself regularly. You guys are my water babies. My daughter's a Pisces and my sister's a Pisces. And you guys can get very much up in your heads, and I say it's flip to the other fish, right? So if you find yourself to where one fish is just dragging the other one along, you can't drag the other fish, it will drown. Because the water will go in its gills instead of flowing out of its gills, and it will drown. So you can't drag the other fish along. You have to learn how to balance your fish there. They got to swim together. Their tails might be tied together, but there's no reason they can't swim next to each other. So balance this, because a lot of these, so many pentacles, guys. Balance this earth energy that you got going on here. Definitely balance it. Muddy it up a little bit. Add some of your water energy to it. Make sure that you're truly grounding yourself and you're really balancing your energy, and that you're not pulling the emotional fish around by the logical fish. And make sure that you don't pull the logical fish around by the emotional fish. I hope that makes sense to you guys. I'm pretty sure it would only make sense to Pisces. And yeah, so ground yourself, guys. Seek people who will be reliable teammates for you in whatever projects you pursue. And yeah, don't drag your fish around. I hope this helped you out, and I will talk to you guys again soon.